Hi, my amazing artists. In this video, we're going to learn how to create a Mondrian inspired dot. So, as you just learned, Mondrian, he is a painter who likes to paint abstract paintings using rectangles and squares. Remember, rectangles have two long sides and two short. Squares have all four equal sides, and he used the three primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, to color in those squares to keep his design very basic and simple. But for International Dot Day, we're going to fill our dot with his style of painting. So you're going to first get your piece of white paper. You're going to write your name, not mine, because this is your art. Then you're going to take a 1 for first grade and a D for your teacher's name, or whatever initial your teacher's begins with. Now we're going to flip over our paper so our name is hidden, and then we're going to take our circle stencil, and a stencil is a tracer just to help us get a size on our paper and a shape. You're going to place it with your helping hand, take it and make your pencil and go all the way around. And there you have it. There's your circle template on your paper. So now we're going to take a ruler. We're going to start with our vertical lines. Remember, vertical lines look like they're standing up. So you can see my ruler is straight up and down. So I'm going to start my ruler all the way at the edge of my circle where my pencil starts. I'm going to take my pencil, start at the top of my circle, and go all the way down and stop when I get to the bottom of my circle. Now I have my first line. Now I'm going to create more vertical lines in my circle. I want to take my ruler, I want to place it close or next to this pencil line. I do not want my ruler to be slanted. This is a diagonal line. It is not a vertical line. So I'm going to take it, make it so it's nice and vertical, and I'm going to make it close to my pencil line. Hold it with my helping hand, start at the top of my circle, and go all the way down. I'm going to do this again and repeat my steps till I get all the way to the end of my circle and run out of room. So I wouldn't move my ruler again here because the space is so small. Now my next step is I'm going to create horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are lines that are looking like they're laying down. Again, this would not be a horizontal line. This would be a diagonal line. Even though my ruler looks like it's laying down, it is not perfectly straight and horizontal. So I'm not going to make lines all the way across because I want them to kind of like hop around. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to look at this first row here that I made with my vertical line. I'm going to start my pencil here at the circle, and then I'm going to go and have it stop when I reach my vertical line. Now I'm going to move my ruler down, and I'm going to start again here at my circle and stop when I get to my vertical line. I'm going to move down and do this again. Now I have only 3 lines. You might only fit 3 or 4 in your first section because it's just a little bit smaller because it is the end. Now this is when it gets a little bit more tricky. You're going to start your second row. I cannot put my line right here because then these would connect. So I'm going to come up above and go here and stop. So now, again, I wouldn't want to move my ruler the same distance and put it right here, because again, it would match, but I could come up slightly above and go from here to this pencil line. And again, you can see my line looks like it's like hopped up. Now, you can make your squares and rectangles as long as you want, and some can be really, really long, like this one. So this is kind of a medium, and this one's really long, and then I could even make one that is really short. And again, I would say about like a pencil's width is about as small as you want to go, because you want to be able to leave it with enough room to color. So you're going to continue doing this in each section that you made with your vertical lines. Now, I would say anywhere from 4 to 5 lines is probably a good amount. You don't want to put too many lines, otherwise you're going to make way too many squares and rectangles. And you're going to do this all the way through your whole circle until you have run out of space to make lines. Oops. Again, make sure your ruler's nice and horizontal. You don't want any wonky diagonal lines. And again, in the end little sections, you might only have a couple lines, just because it is a smaller section. Now, once you have all of these lines done, you're going to take a black marker and trace your pencil lines. So when you take your black marker, you're just going to go around the big circle first. I like to turn my paper just because I find it easier to trace that line. But again, just go nice and slow so that you get right on top of that pencil. Now, if you miss a pencil line by a little bit, don't try to go back and trace it. So see how I missed my line right there? Don't go back and get it. We're going to erase it at the end. So you're just going to take and trace again those. I like to do all the vertical lines first and then go back and get the horizontal lines because I find it easier to move my hand straight up and down. I then like to turn my paper from my horizontal lines just to give it that easier vertical line to kind of like trace. So there's still going to be those horizontal lines in my image, but I'm going to just take my marker and go vertically with my marker on the pencil. So again, just go nice and slow, and if you miss a line by a little bit, don't try to go back and get it. You'll erase it at the end. Now that it's all traced, I can take my pink eraser. I can erase over my whole thing. Even if you don't think you see any pencil lines, I say usually try to go over the whole thing, so definitely all the pencils has been removed. And there you have it, boys and girls. That's your Mondrian Dot. I will learn how to color it in part 2 of the video. Have fun!